Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be spending a couple of hours in the kitchen prepping things to go into the fridge, vegetables and things for meals, and just doing a few odds and ends to make my life easier throughout the rest of the week. It doesn't take that much time and effort, but it saves me time and effort later on. So I'm just going to be having a bit of a kitchen day, and I thought I'd bring you along to show what I'm getting up to. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is make some roasted vegetables, which I'm doing for a pasta sauce for dinner tonight. I'm going to have that with rice pasta. Obviously the rest of my family can have it with regular pasta, and I'll have it with goat's cheese and maybe some leftover lamb chops for protein. So basically I'm just going to peel and chop all of my vegetables, drizzle a bit of olive oil, give them a mix, and then put them in the oven to roast. Here's a little tip: if you don't want your chopping board to slide around, I just use a little piece of shelf liner, the non-skid shelf liner. I know that professionals use a tea towel, like a damp tea towel, but who wants more laundry, right? So that's what I do. I always have that in my drawer, and I use that to stabilize my chopping board. Okay, I'm going to do some beetroot now, and I use these gloves. My Jamberry nail wraps won't stain, just FYI, because they're non-porous, but my hands will stain, and I don't want that. So when I cut up beetroot, I just do this. I'm just going to mix it in with that. It doesn't matter if it stains the other vegetables, because I'm just going to mix them all with the tomato sauce anyway. So, ready to tackle my beetroots. I know you don't have to peel them, but I just do. Okay, so I have these two that I'm not going to add into the sauce. I don't want it to be too beetrooty, but I am going to chop them up and put them in a container in the fridge so I can just grab and steam it later in the week, and it's convenient. I don't have to peel and chop, because I'm peeling and chopping now anyway, so I might as well do it all. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is make some potato salad to have tonight. It was requested by Daniel. I'm doing some sausages, and I'll do potato salad with it. Now, I did buy potatoes this week, but I didn't realize we actually had some in the pantry, and these are looking a bit, they're starting to go a little bit green, so I'm going to peel them. I normally wouldn't bother peeling them, but today I will. Okay, I think I mentioned that I was going to be doing some veg prep. Now, not all vegetables like being peeled and cut and left in the fridge, and they can go a bit gross like zucchini would, but carrots are fine, and I like the convenience of being able to just scoop some out, put it in the steamer and be done, and not have to peel and chop every single time. So that's what I'm going to do now, just prep all of the carrots that I bought in my grocery shop yesterday. I know you don't have to peel carrots, but I just prefer to. Okay, one of the reasons I prefer to peel carrots is that it takes about as much time as to scrub them properly, but this way I know that all traces of any pesticides or whatever are removed, because we can't afford to shop organic. So yeah, that way I'm taking away the entire skin and I know there's nothing left behind. And for those of you who are going to tell me, oh, there's nutrition in the skin, the amount of vegetables that I eat, I promise you I'm not going to be lacking nutrition for that tiny sliver of skin that I'm not eating. I kind of think that's like a myth anyway that parents tell their children. You know, like bread crusts are going to make your hair curly, that one. I kind of feel like the vegetable skin thing is the same. The other advantage of having the carrots all cut up in the fridge is they are much more inviting as a snack. So when you're feeling hungry and opening the fridge and browsing what is there, you're more likely to eat something healthy if you can just grab it and shove it in your mouth. I'm also going to prep my broccoli. I've given it a wash and I'm just going to cut it up so that's ready to chuck in the steamer. Of course I need a bigger tub. Normally Grant would eat this if he was home, or I would put it in soup if I was making soup, but I'm not making soup today, so it's going in the compost. In case you're wondering, here's my little bowl of compostables. So it's not exactly going to waste, it'll end up in the garden. Okay, so the vegetables are roasting, potatoes are boiling. I'm now going to start prepping the chicken curry that's going to go in the crock pot and into the fridge so that I can just set that cooking on Thursday. The recipe I'm using I will link below. It is the Cape Malay curry that I did for our South African dinner, except instead of fresh ginger I'm using the kind of, you know, the grated lazy ginger that's already in a jar, and I'm using less of it because Noah won't appreciate the heat. So that's what I'm doing now, just prepping that curry to go in the crock pot. Most inconveniently, my card filled up and I was in the middle of cooking, so I missed out a bunch of stuff. But basically I have the curry ready to have the lid on and go into the fridge until Thursday, and then all I have to do is pop that into the crock pot kind of mid-morning, so that's done. Potatoes are cooked and drained. I'm just waiting for them to cool down, and then I'm going to put mayonnaise into them. That's all I'll do, because if I start making the potato salad fancy and putting anything else in, then the kids complain. So basically it's just potatoes and mayonnaise, so that's done. And then I'm left with 3 chicken thigh cutlets. They've got the bone in, but they've got no skin. I'm actually going to put these into my other crock pot to simmer all afternoon and get nice and tender and fall off the bone, and I'm going to put that into the roasted veg sauce tonight just for a bit of extra protein. So that's what I'm going to do now. So this is my ancient crock pot. It is clean, it's just stained. So I'm just going to put the thighs in with a tiny bit of water just so they kind of steam, and I'm going to put in some garlic and some rosemary from the garden, just for a bit of flavor. One thing I do recommend doing when you're having a kitchen day is clean as you go. Nobody wants to spend the whole day on their feet in the kitchen and then be left with a disaster area to clean at the end of it. So as you finish using things, put them into the dishwasher, give your counter a little wipe in between projects, rinse your cans, put them into recycling. If you have big bowls and pans that you're using, just clean them and put them to drain as you go, because yeah, you don't want to be left with a big mess at the end. Okay, I've got the veggies out the oven, they're nice and tender, and I'm just going to chuck them into the pot, and I'm going to put some herbs and garlic and canned chopped tomatoes in there to make a sauce. And the reason I'm putting it into a pot is so that this evening I can just chuck it straight on the stove and warm it up before putting it over the pasta. Little more veggie prep that I almost forgot about. I'm making salmon chowder towards the end of the week, and it calls for a sweet potato, or 2 sweet potatoes. So I have one massive one that's like the size of my head. So I'm just gonna peel and chop that so that that's all ready to go as well. So as you've no doubt guessed, I decided to take advantage of the hot oven and bake some cookies. These are cornmeal cookies. The recipe is in my recipe ebook, which I've linked below, and they are delicious. They're very light and tender, and they taste kind of like shortbread. So that was my kitchen day. I'm ready to stop now. It's been just less than 2 hours. I've got a ton done. I'm pretty pleased with what I did accomplish. I'm gonna have a rest now and have some lunch, and then go out and do something in the garden because the weather is amazing. I hope you enjoyed this little kitchen prep day, and if you did, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.